tonight, so he'll watch the tape.
Here we are. Ooh, it takes a while for it to get up there.
Delayed reaction.
There's a delay. Oh, that's funny. We got CC on there.
I had 6 o'clock.
So they know what people say.
Do they have audio on too?
Well, we can find out. Sounds like it.
Okay, all right.
Oh.
We will call the Goodhue Economic Development Authority to order at 6 o'clock, October 23rd. And
well, I'm just going to give you a report of the things that are kind of ongoing in Goodhue right now. One question I did have for you, have you heard any feedback on the pickleball courts?
I have.
lots.
However,
You have?
Great,
Oh, yeah.
Good.
great
Good.
feedback.
That's great to hear.
A lot of people that I've noticed that ain't even from here.
Yeah, people
Really?
Okay.
really like them, and they're using them a lot.
Okay.
The group used them just yesterday morning.
When the snow starts coming down, then Jason will be taking the nets down and he'll store them for the winter.
Okay.
Okay.
Will he lock the gate then?
Oh.
I think that would be a really good idea
think
to
you're
lock
right.
that.
I'm
There's
sure
no
it
need
would
for anybody to be in there once the
That's
nets are
right.
gone.
That's right.
I'll tell them to do it.
Good idea.
Absolutely. Okay. In establishing the EDA board membership, just want to let you know that we did send a copy of the bylaws and the resolution to Robert, and he forwarded them on to Julie Eddington of Kennedy Graven, and that was on October 10th. Currently, we have not heard anything back from them, but one of the things that we wanted to make sure was that the language that we used was reflective that the EDA has been in existence since like 1993. We didn't want people to think like it's just coming into existence now. And so that's what Julie was going to put together the language for us. We should have that, and we're kind of planning on that at the working session in November. We'll go through that. Update of facade improvement requests. We talked earlier at a previous meeting that for 2024 those are on hold due to the budget. We did receive 2 requests in 2024. Both were informed that they wouldn't be able to, but both would be interested if things are budgeted in 2025, and Lisa shared that they were. That's budgeted for 2 businesses to take to be able to apply for that opportunity. So that's kind of where we're at right now. The other thing too is that there have been people that I've been sharing resources with. Sometimes they contact me the days I'm here, sometimes it's by email when I'm at home and whatever. So I just wanted to kind of go through and let you know some of the resources that we're sharing with people. Alex Schumacher and the daycare resources for starting up. I have shared with Smith, and some of it is also about how they support resources for it. And for Smith, they actually provide training opportunities. And so for continuing ed credits, continue their license, those things are handy. It's in Owatonna, so it's a little bit of a drive, but and I also shared with her Goodhue County, CEDA, Smith, Families First, and Parent Aware resources. So a lot of them, it's not like it's grants, but a lot of them are support resources, but also for startup, it's low interest loan opportunities as well. And J Hill Productions, we talked about that I think at a previous meeting, but just following up on it. Low interest financing opportunities for expanding the business. And then farmer's market, I've been communicating with Carolyn on a pretty consistent basis with that. And we just missed the small town grant opportunity for 2024. So I reminded her today that for 2025, that's something we want to keep on our radar. And I think too, there's a few smaller communities, what they're doing is they're incorporating their farmers market with opportunities for like a little weekly celebration within the community. I know like Spring Valley does it once a month. And what they do is they try to do an opportunity where, and I know it's a county road, but they have, like if you did it in the street there and you close it off and you put picnic tables there, you have the bars would be able to be out, you have food there that could be sold to people, you could have music going on. It could be an opportunity where school groups could be like a little booth itself. Doing Good Hue Spirit Wear, that could be out with the heat breath. Just trying to get, and Carolyn said that, I forget the young man's name, he works at the radio station in Red Wing. He's active on the chamber. I met him and I can't remember his name right now, but anyway, he is very involved. And so he's a person that Carolyn and I are going to be reaching out to and talking to about for next year. Let's see. Oh, interesting one is a lot of times the people that come to farmers markets, they're like small farmers, you know. And one of the things that we did find, and there's Smith has it's called Grow a Farmer Fund. And what it does is it's $15,000 max at 3% interest. But for those people that want to just expand it a little further, here's an opportunity that they can use. Now, two examples of around here are Greenhouse LLC in Zumbrota. They qualified. They were accepted, I believe it was last year, and so was Hare and Tortoise Farm in Zumbro Falls. So it's out there, and maybe it's like an entrepreneur. Maybe it's a high school kid coming out that wants to start doing this and turn it into a business or whatever. So just making people aware what's available. Went up to 2nd Street Pub today, and we were initially talking about a facade project, but then she was sharing with me on the back and also on the front about some of the things that they were thinking about doing. So I sent her the Paint the Town grant. It comes up, I think, in January. It opens up. Just another opportunity for them to start thinking about what they can do, and then we'll be prepared for us when it does open up. And let's see. Oh, Small Cities Development Program. This is another one. These things come out, and it's crazy. There's so many of them. It's hard to keep track. But I sent this to Jason because one of the key areas is sewer and water. A lot of them from the previous years were received for that. And so he was telling me about the next project is kind of on hold, but it's like there's a reconstruction project for 4 blocks of streets. And he said, I'm almost positive that those streets, underneath it, it's over 70 years old. Clay tiles and everything, and he said, it really needs to get done. But right now, the budget doesn't have the money for it. So I reached out to the program director for our region, and so I'm hoping to hear back to see if that might be an opportunity for 2025. The other thing that Jason and I talked about too was Cranston Park. Now that I can't believe he found somebody to remove the trees for the price he did. That was unbelievable, but good for Good Hue. But one of the things we can do then is look at the tree replantation grant program that they want. There's money out there for you to replant trees. So that's something that he and I were going to be looking for. And then the shelter, we can use the Paint the Town grant to paint that up and get it looking nice again. And then I know we want to put a park in there at some point. that'll just be another thing that here I am talking about all these grants and programs and everything. There's so many of them. That's why it's kind of like you have to develop what you want to do, and then you go to look. You can't just go out and keep looking and go, let's build something based on it. It's really, really difficult. In November, so I've got my CEDA days on Wednesday, November 13th. I'll be here. We have working session. Now, Tuesday, November 26th for the council meeting, I am actually in Kenyon that day. So what I'll do is I'll do part in Kenyon and I'll come over to Goodview for 4. And then I'll also do 4 hours on Thursday, November 21st. So just to keep updated on when I'm in town. Any questions, thoughts?
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Okay,
Sounds good.
That's good stuff.
Yeah,
all right, super.
Very
Thank you.
positive.
yeah, thank you.
Really.
Thanks for reaching out to those people.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's better.
Yes.
Okay, we will call the regular council meeting to order October 23rd, 2024, 6 o'clock. Well, 6:10. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Need a motion to approve or amend the agenda?
I might like to, I don't know if it's amend, but I was looking at this today. Now, did we read each of these last time when we approved the consent agenda?
Yes.
Did
Those
we?
were-
That was
Yeah,
at the work
those
meeting.
were all at the work meeting.
No, did we read them?
Oh,
Each bullet point? When we accept them now?
Oh,
Yeah.
read them out loud
Yes,
here.
yeah. So that whoever is watching know what we're
sure.
approving,
Yeah.
because they wouldn't know. So I don't know, that's, I think that would be helpful.
You certainly can.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
so
people are
do
interested
we do
in knowing
that?
What we're approving, yeah.
Okay, so that wouldn't amend the agenda. That's just a suggestion, so.
So I move to approve the agenda then.
Okay, can I get a second? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried to approve the agenda as written. Request to approve the minutes from the October 9th, 2024 City Council Work Session meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the October 9th work meeting minutes.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, request to approve the consent agenda. Including in that consent agenda is to approve the registration and enforcement of cannabis retail sales agreement to Goodhue County approve the changing of November and December meeting dates, approve the declining of participation in seal coating agreement with the county, approve the declining of participation in updated housing study for Goodhue County, approve end of land sale contract for lots, approve admitting Mazeppa Township to Zumbrota Area Ambulance Association, and approve the sale of remaining police equipment. Can I get a motion to accept to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Old business? None. New business? Resolution for hearing on final assessment for 2022 4th Street and Broadway Street improvements.
These were supplied by Reese. He said they're standard documents that happen after a street is improved to get the assessments
Yep.
done. These two resolutions were provided by him. I asked him, was there anything that we can do to change it? He said, there are ones that are the standard resolutions that get the assessments done.
Okay.
There's not much debate
Yeah,
or changing that you can do.
yeah. The only thing I seen in here is he said the council does have the ability to adjust up to a 30-year repayment. However, historically, the city's never done that. It's always been a 15 at 5%. That's right, so.
Yep.
Well, that's the only thing I know is.
And the assessments are lower than projected because the costs came in under.
Oh,
Oh, good.
okay.
I always like to hear that.
That's good.
And he did have a question, although I didn't think he did. He says typically school prepays. I don't think they did for this one. They did for one,
Oh,
but I don't think, he didn't think that they did for this one.
I can't answer it
I
either.
don't think so. The only thing that I recollect is that they did pay for the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that in the amount of around $10,000? They paid,
So they would have
they would,
He didn't think they did.
yeah, but on
For
the
this
street
one.
assessment, I don't think they have. So I noticed on the resolution, in the past, we've had the resolution, the year and the number.
Yeah, that is, well, that'll get put in, because I don't know what the numbers were at, so they didn't blank.
Okay. So the book should still be there,
Okay,
out there,
okay.
and it just adds on. I'll pull it out
Yeah,
tonight.
when he sends them to me and I put them in there.
Yep.
There is no on because he doesn't want it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so that will be done.
So are we looking to approve the resolution
Yes,
for the hearing? Okay. So could I get a motion to approve the resolution for the hearing on the final assessment for 2022 4th Street and Broadway Street improvements?
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Can I get a second?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Next, under new business, resolution declaring cost to be assessed and ordering preparation of proposed assessment in connection with 2022 4th Street and Broadway Street improvements. So again, these are all standard procedures
Yeah. And that's
provided
just-
to us by,
This was the assessments here then? Yeah.
yep. So could I get a motion to accept the resolution declaring the cost to be assessed and ordering preparation for proposed assessment in connection with the 2022 4th Street and Broadway Street improvements?
So,
Get a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
say it again.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Any council comments?
Yeah, I was gone last Thursday when the garbage was picked up. My neighbor told me that, and when I got home in the evening, my recycling was still there. And my neighbor told me that it was tipped over. I didn't have a lot in there, thank the Lord. And so do they not pick it up?
I don't think they
No,
get out
They
of
don't
the
get
truck.
out of their trucks.
So the wind maybe tipped it
The
over?
Yeah, it
or-
was,
No.
I think it was windy here. And so what do you do?
That's why I know that in the past, we've kind of reminded residents, if it's really windy, don't put your garbage out the night before, try to put it out the morning of. Just to
Yeah, but
minimize
still.
any garbage that might blow around
Yeah,
too.
right, right.
And
I
know
wasn't
her-
there.
I know hers
so-
was put out that morning.
Yeah,
It's just that they don't come after that till like afternoon, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
The garbage you pick up right away at like
Yeah.
8 o'clock. And then, yeah, I've seen that.
Except when they come around and pick up the recycling first.
Yeah.
They've done
Yeah.
that too.
yep.
So it's
Yeah,
kind of
they're a
like,
little inconsistent.
yeah.
Mhm.
But, I mean, it hasn't happened a lot, but it's happened.
Yeah,
It's like, well. So that's my own deal then, okay?
okay.
It'd be nice to find out if they could get out.
Yeah, well, you could at least ask, I mean, because on the windy days, there's, if you're not home, there's not much you can do.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like when they pick it up and they go to dump it and, people got light stuff, it blows across the street and
Yeah.
they still don't pick it up.
Oh,
So then you gotta pick it up after work, the fun stuff.
oh, jeez.
I'll ask the contact at Waste Management,
Okay,
any suggestions
yeah, right.
of what they do on windy days.
We could put rocks in the bottom.
Then
I don't think so.
Not since we paid by the ton. That would not be a good idea,
No.
to pay by the ton.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, man.
Anybody else have any council comments? Okay, mayor comments. The only thing that I have is I will be going to the Lions Club board meeting on Monday and talking about the pickleball courts and the requesting of funds. They asked that somebody come and talk. And so Joe unfortunately had plans, so he asked if I would go. I said, that's fine. So I'll report back at the work meeting and see what we have.
Yeah.
That makes sense, doesn't it? To have a personal contact like that.
Sure.
I think
Oh, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, even with the stuff that they did for the fire department, we sent people down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so, other? Anything? Yeah, nothing, okay. Oh, we're on to pay the bills.
I don't know. In looking through it, we should pay them.
I did have a question about one.
You think? Aw.
The one for, the $1,113 for the firefighter 2 training. So is that reimbursable dollars? It should be.
I always thought it was.
I'm not certain if a form came with it, because I know when, Derek gave it to me, he said, usually they send a form, and I said, yes, they do send a form for us to do. Is that,
Who came and did the training? Riverland, they usually, that's,
I have no clue. Derek just gave me the invoices last week, or, last week when he
I'm not
came.
sure. They did a lot of that online though, so maybe that's the difference too.
but they still would have to do some technical skills, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what this was. Because I know some of them had trouble with the hazmat and then they had to redo it. I wonder if this could be that or not.
Okay.
I don't know.
Could we check into that a little bit more before we send that off? Just because it's good to know where, it would be nice to get those forms with it.
And
Filled
the
out.
person who sends the bill usually says, this qualifies for it, they log
Yeah.
in here, but these were just by themselves.
Yeah, so just to make sure, because if it's reimbursable, we certainly want to do that. Okay. That's the only one that I saw.
Yeah. It's kind of nice for only a couple pages.
I move we pay the bills, except for the one
Okay,
to check into.
could I get a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Could I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn.
Joe seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Okay,
I thought when I was in.
we're live yet, so I'm gonna turn off. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, ma'am.